Chelsea. You do this every summer window. For once, can you please just back your manager? Please. Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Kemal AA and this is another Chelsea transfer news daily video for you guys, where I keep you guys up to date with all the latest Chelsea news and rumours in the past 24 hours. And there's some major breaking news and some major updates, not only for Hakimi, because I know you guys are tired. I've seen the comments. Listen, I'm tired myself. Speaking about it every day, it's not nice, but when there's updates, I've got to give you guys all the updates, give you guys glued in and keep you guys in the mix, give you guys all the latest news. That's what I'm here for. And also Erling Haaland, there's a major update with him. Not exactly the best news. We'll also be speaking about plan B to Haaland, and that is Robert Lewandowski. Some exciting news finally in regards to him. But before I do get into all of it, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and comment down below your thoughts and opinions on each topic that I do speak about. But without further ado, let's get straight into it and let's delve straight into this news daily. Now, starting off with the bad news, let's say Erling Haaland. Now, for weeks on end, we've been hearing that Chelsea are going to be aggressive in the market. We've been hearing that Roman Abramovich will be bankrolling these top tier signings, that Roman himself is going to be pursuing the Haaland deal because he is desperate and adamant that he wants Haaland in West London playing at Stamford Bridge. That was what we was told from all these media outlets, even reliable sources, reliable reporters and journalists. But now reports have come out, especially from the English publication Standard Sport, that Chelsea are unwilling to meet Dortmund's £150 million valuation of Haaland. Now, this is a bit of a surprise. Not really. Let's be serious now. We have to be honest. Dortmund are always going to play hardball. They were never going to let go of Sancho and Haaland in one window. Sancho is on the verge of signing for United. That deal is imminent. Let's be serious now. Even though it's not been confirmed, we know Sancho is heading to United. Now, Sancho and Haaland are Dortmund's two most prized assets. They're letting Sancho go and they're already preparing next season with life without Sancho. I don't assume that they're preparing life without Haaland though, because I don't think they envisioned selling Sancho and Haaland in one window. I never saw that happening. I knew that if Chelsea wanted Haaland this summer, we would have to put a crazy bid in, an astronomical bid. So the fact that Dortmund have put a £150 million price tag on Haaland's name doesn't surprise me one bit, because we know that his release clause becomes active next summer of €75 million. So essentially, they're putting double his release clause this summer, but they know this is their last chance to get big money for him. Now, hypothetically, if I'm Dortmund, I understand that you want to keep your best player. I understand that Champions League qualification next season is vital, it's pivotal, and it's imperative if you want to be competing with the big clubs. I completely understand that, but there's many options Dortmund could do. If they sold Haaland for £140 million, let's say hypothetically, you are doubling your money compared to next season, where Haaland's going to get stronger. He's going to be a much more improved player, and you're going to lose him for half the money. So for me, it doesn't make too much logical sense for keeping Haaland and putting such a massive price tag where you can double your money this summer and then use some of that money to buy back Alexander Isak, who's had a tremendous Euro so far for Sweden. They've got a €13 million buyback on Alexander Isak, and he's been superb so far. He's been absolutely world-class this Euros, and I think that he'd be a superb, short-term or at least long-term replacement for Erling Haaland next season. Now, of course, it's a gamble, it's a risk, because Isak is no Haaland, but he's young, he's got massive potential, and you never know. So I guess if you look at it from a financial perspective, you can double your money this summer by getting £140 million, spending 30 of it to buy back Alexander Isak, and then you're going to get the Sancho money on top. So you've got £200 million, excluding buying back Isak, to improve and bolster the squad. Wouldn't that be more financially realistic, more financially better for Dortmund, for Dortmund's sake? We know that they're a selling club, and according to them, it's not the case. They're adamant that they want to keep Erling Haaland. Now, that puts Chelsea in a very difficult position now, because Chelsea, they don't really hold the power. Dortmund hold the power. He's got a long-term contract. He only signed 18 months ago, and his release clause comes active next summer. So they can command whatever they like for Erling Haaland. This is where the difficulty comes in now. We're in a really tough situation. Do Chelsea put in the 150 bid now and get this sorted, or do we try and haggle and negotiate with a fee for weeks and weeks? And I think that we are going to be going for option B, which is haggling over the price for weeks and weeks and trying to drive down the price, negotiate the price, etc. Which, of course, we're likely to do. We're definitely, capable of doing. We've got one of the best chief negotiators in European football, in Marina Guneskaya. I'm sure she'll do a fantastic job, but it's not looking good. That's all I'm going to say. If you had high hopes of signing Haaland, relax a bit, because it's not. I've always said for time, I've always remained optimistic for Haaland, but I've always said that it's never done, and it's always going to be a difficult deal to manufacture or to maneuver. So it's going to take time. I'm hoping the situation changes. Of course, when you got Roman, if Roman really wants Haaland, we get Haaland. As simple as that. He won't care about finances, because Roman, he made over £2 million over the global pandemic. So, he's stacked in terms of wealth. He won't care. If Roman really, really wants Haaland, he'll get the deal done. But in terms of logistics, in terms of club finances, with FFP involved, with player sales, and with the Euros involved as well, botting in, it's going to be difficult. It's not going to be an easy deal to negotiate. And I think, as I said, if we were going to sign Haaland, don't expect it to be announced anytime soon. It's going to take weeks and weeks. But listen, it's not encouraging news, of course, because, Chelsea not willing to match Dortmund's £150 million. Could this be games being played, negotiation tactics? We'll have to wait and see, but it's not looking good. Now, in a hypothetical situation, if Erling Haaland doesn't sign for Chelsea, surely Chelsea don't go into next season with no striker. We have to go for a striker, and that is where Robert Lewandowski comes in, the plan B option. Now, according to Sports Bill's German publication, Robert Lewandowski will become Chelsea's #1 target if a move for Erling Haaland did not materialise this summer. Chelsea want to get serious about the Poland international, and its agent Pini Zahavi shares close ties with Roman Abramovich, both lie in Tel Aviv and Israel. Again, written by the same publication. It was in the same article. Now, this is major news. Now, we heard rumours and whispers in regards to Lewandowski a few weeks ago. I made a video on that a few weeks back, but we never thought it was legitimate. I thought it was just whispers. I never thought it was legitimate. I always knew Haaland was the main guy. But of course, when you're an elite club like Chelsea, when you operate at this elite level, you always have to have fullback options. And listen, Robert Lewandowski is not a bad fullback option. Let's get that right there, because at the moment, Lewandowski is a better striker than Haaland. Let's be serious. Lewandowski is arguably the best striker in world football. Now, the difference with Haaland and Lewandowski is Haaland is 20, Lewandowski is 32. Now, again, you do have some other barriers and issues with Lewandowski. Now, would Bayern Munich sell '1? Because, of course, they're not going to get an astronomical fee for him because of his age. Yes, he has a relatively long contract, but being age of 32, you can't command big money. They're going to try and command around 40 to 50 million pounds. But then it's a case of whether Chelsea want to pay 50 million pounds for a 32-year-old. Realistically, how many world-class seasons will you get out of Lewandowski? 2, pushing it maybe 3. And let's not forget, the transition from Bundesliga to the Premier League is not an easy one. We've seen that with Werner and Kai Havertz. It's going to take an adjustment period. So let's say half a season it will take in the Premier League for him to just even adjust. And at his age, with his experience, it's not going to be easy. He's going to command big wages. Let's be serious now. Big agent fees, big wages. Being at that age, you're going to be injury prone. You're going to have to adapt to the Premier League. So you do have some other issues, problems and barriers with Lewandowski compared to Erling Haaland. But let's get one thing clear. Lewandowski being a fullback option is not a bad option, and I would happily take Lewandowski at Chelsea if, of course, a deal for Haaland never materialised. But that leaves one condition. I want first choice targets for other positions. That does, yes, include Achraf Hakimi, which I'll be delving into in the last report. And that does include a first choice DM or a first choice centre back. That does include those things. So for me, I would be happy to take Lewandowski. Of course, he's not my first choice, but we can definitely try and get a deal done. Again, his agent, Pini Zahavi, close relations with Roman Abramovich. So of course, you can of course materialise and try and get a deal done there. So let's just wait and see what happens with that. But what do you guys think? Leave me your thoughts, opinions. Are you happy that Lewandowski is a plan B, or do you think that he's too old? Do you think he's not good for Chelsea? Do you think he doesn't suit Chelsea's system? Or would you rather take Lewandowski over Erling Haaland? Leave me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. But finally, it's that man again, Achraf Hakimi. I know, guys, I speak about this guy every single day. I'm tired of even mentioning his name, Achraf Hakimi. I've mentioned it every day. It's got to be a record now. 10 days in a row, 2 weeks in a row, I've mentioned this guy in every single transfer daily. But guys, it's not my fault. At the end of the day, we get updates every single day. He is a Chelsea top target. He's an elite target. He's #1 choice. We're in a close race with Paris Saint-Germain. Of course, there's going to be updates and reports. So I want to keep you guys updated every single day. Now, according to Fabrizio Romano, who made another update on the Hakimi situation, Paris Saint-Germain are getting closer to Achraf Hakimi with a final bid of €80 million expected in the next days. Chelsea are still in contact with the player's agent, but have not yet made a bid. Now, can I make one thing clear? Fabrizio has said the same thing for how many times? Every time he's on a Hakimi update, he's always said Chelsea are in contact with his agent. What does that even mean? We're monitoring the situation. We've been contacting his agent for about 3 weeks. What are we doing? Hello, good morning. How was your breakfast? What is going on? Yeah, we want to sign the player. Where's the aggressiveness? Where's the power of intent? We've been contacting this guy's agent for 3 weeks, according to Fabrizio, who is a tier 1 journalist. So, listen, what are we doing? Contacting his agent while Paris Saint-Germain are closing deals. It's irritating. Now, in terms of Di Marzio, he said Inter Milan's priority signing for left back is Chelsea's Marcos Alonso, even if Achraf Hakimi does not move to the Blues. Now, Inter Milan, you've got another thing coming as well. If you sell Hakimi to Paris Saint-Germain, don't ever come knocking on our door for our players. Simple as that. If you think, that you're going to sell Hakimi to our rivals, and then we're going to be all lovely-jovely giving you, Marcos Alonso for a discount, you got another thing coming. You're taking the absolute piss. We've got mug written on our foreheads. You are taking the absolute piss. Honestly, if they sell Hakimi to Paris Saint-Germain, do not expect us to give them Alonso easily. Simple as that. If they're expecting us to be nice, you got another thing coming into Milan, so you better watch what you're doing. Simple as that. I want Hakimi at Chelsea. He's world class. He's young. He's a speed demon. He fits our system perfectly. He elevates our first 11. There is no reason why we shouldn't get this deal done, especially if Haaland doesn't materialise. We've got a lot of money to play around with. Simple as that. I don't want to hear any excuses. Back Thomas Tuchel. Back the manager. Simple as that with his first choice targets. But anyway, let's see what happens with that one. But that is me wrapping up the news daily. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I'll see all of you guys for my next video. Peace.